had this situation before. Is there a lot of tweaking to what you're going to do this weekend that you wouldn't have done?
Not really. I mean, we just have to address the strengths of Cardell and make sure we have a good game plan that fits his strengths, and then bring along the package with Braxton Miller as a backup quarterback.
Have you found that deep threat yet, Coach?
We have certain guys that have made some plays down the field, yeah. I mean, Curtis Samuel's cut some deep balls for us, which we think he's a threat, and Jalen as well. So we feel like those two guys are definitely deep threats for us.
Front row, middle, Bill?
Yeah, how did Cardell respond last week after it was clear that JT was going to be the starter?
He was good, real good. He's a pro and wants what's best for this team, and came to work every day, did his job at work, prepared himself, and he was ready to go when called upon. And so, feel like he's ready to do the same thing again this week. Bigger role, obviously, and step in, and 'cause I think he's undefeated as a starter.
And Braxton's going to be the backup. How obviously that would require him to throw some, I would assume. How has he done with that? Has he thrown much? What have you seen?
Yeah, we'll have to see how that develops as we move through the week of practice.
Second row left, Ari?
Just going to ask about Braxton, Ed. He's been working primarily at wide receiver, from what we understand. How hard do you anticipate or difficult that might be to just, move from one position to the other, then back and be ready to back up Cardell this week?
Well, we've had a package every week with Braxton at quarterback, so you've seen him out there running quarterback, and you've seen a small sample size that we've used in the course of the recent games, but there's much more that's available to us with him there. So we'll just get more work at that and evolve that as much as we can, so we're ready to go.
Front row right, Austin?
Ed, I don't know how easy it is to compare it, but when Cardell was put in this situation off the bench a year ago against Wisconsin, he had no starting experience. You guys said you were confident in him, but there had to be some doubts about what he could give you. Now you guys know after 10 starts. Is there a difference this week as opposed to that first one? What is it?
Well, I think it's just it's a combination of things. Like, what does Minnesota do on defense? What can Cardell do at a high level, which is a lot of things, and then what can the rest of the team do as well, and then combine all those thoughts together and put together a nice package where we can win a football game. And so it is nice to know, though, that he has played and has had experiences, and I think he'll be ready to go and play at a high level.
As confident as you guys seemed in that week leading up to the Big Ten championship game, was there any trepidation for the coaching staff about what was going to happen for Cardell? It's his first time out.
Not regarding Cardell. I mean, we have that every game. Coaches, I mean, that's the nature of being a coach. But as far as Cardell was concerned, he had a great week of practice. He prepared what we asked him to do. We felt confident he could do. He showed that in practice. So, and then he went out on the field in the Wisconsin game and did exactly what we thought he would do, and did it at a high level. And so it was fun to see.
Front row middle, Dave?
How would you evaluate the play of the offensive line thus far, Ed?
Pretty good. Yeah. I mean, based on where we're at yards per carry, we're ahead of last year. I mean, we're ahead of last year in a lot of areas. So I think the last 4 or 5 weeks we've played extremely well. And these last couple games, so we're kind of hitting our stride. I think it takes a while for the O-line to do that, but I'm really pleased with where we're at right now. So all good.